been swallowed by withered roads, and the feathers and howls they still roam out like the trinkets of playful gods. Sharp red eyes follow trusted guise of a path through spike trees high. Smoke rise in the thick black skies, signal house and warmth are nigh. And with flicks and sticks lands a small black thing on a carpet of deadly white, and a golden stare still looks home to where. Good sir, see I have returned. May I sit by your side on this night? A smiling face gives the ghost her place, looming small by his tall built frame. No more stories to hear, he asks bright and clear, while his eyes kiss the lights of the flames. Stories here, stories there, stories fill the air, yet you freeze by this door still, my dear. I may be taken by death, yet my path's not set on a fixed place like you choose to be. No one comes, no one leaves, distant memories have been swallowed by withered roads. But my place lingers evermore on the guard which I have been bestowed. Silently they sit, drink, and keep the comfort of shared spent time. All my tales will be yours, she says, stern and hoarse, to share on a next bright night. Shall we drink to that day, to that one fine day, where your voice will be heard far and wide, and this frozen door will no longer hold its claws in your heart and your mind? Shall we toast to that day, to that one fine day, where the roads will be glistening in light?
Hello everybody. I hope you're all having a good day. My voice is already wrecked, so this is going to be a fun read through. Been doing a lot of rehearsing and reading things today, so this is going to be exciting. Sorry that we've been gone for a week. I had things to do on Thursday and Friday last week, and then Saturday and Sunday I just got lazy, and then I had things to do all at the beginning of this week. But we're back. We're back. We're back and we're alive. Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Aleve666, thank you so much for resubscribing for the 15th month in a row. Welcome back to the House of Copperhound. It's lovely to have you here. I don't know why, my microphone sounds really weird to me right now. Maybe it's just my imagination. It doesn't sound as deep as usual. It may just be my voice is frayed right now. Anyway. My Twitch is bugged to restart. Hell yeah. Best way to start off the day. Twitch trying to fuck with us all. It's going to sleep. Glad I didn't. What is up, Kagome Swan? Sorry. Brain lag there. Literal brain lag. Hello, Lilybones. Hello, Miliok. Hello, Indodad. Lilybones. Yeah. The thing I've been incredibly busy with is partly thanks to you. Now I'm animating the things that we're working on. So, pain. All the pain. Ku, I'm planning Sunday's session. I promised the players I would ask you. What would Lang Yi Jun do if somebody wanted to marry one of his disciples? Challenge him to a drinking contest. He's gonna lose. But depending on how he does, like, you're gonna have to roll like a fucking saving throw for that one. Probably a constitution saving throw. If they don't die, if they make it like a certain level through, then there'll be a level of respect there. Or if they don't make it a certain level through, but the next day they try to challenge him again. That's the thing. They have to have heart about it. They're not going to defeat him, but they have to keep trying. That's the important thing. Wontons? Yeah, that's the chapter title this week for chapter 104, we're starting with. Shizun's Wontons. So it's probably going to be pure pain, also a little bit of enjoyment. Just say, dude, guess who finally got a Twitch? Lovely to have you here for your first time. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy it. You can't just say that on stream. Yes, I can, Lilybones. Now you are the one who has to ignore everyone asking questions. Haha! Doing wonderful. I finally have a moment of respite after a hellish month. That's good to hear. Hellish months are bad, but when you finally get a break after it, it's nice. Seriously, what is up? I have my headphones on backwards or something? My voice shouldn't be this frayed. Is it the music? It was the music. The music is way too loud. Oh, that feels much better. Okay. Happy stream. I'm dumb and still not caught up, so I can't stay, but I'll say hi and have fun. Have a lovely day, Zupalan. Thanks for joining us while you could. I hope you take it easy. Who is just spilling all the beans without context? Exactly. Wonton. Good, the pain? Ah, the pain is always good. We enjoy it around here. It hurts us, but then we just move on and say, hey, tears are good. Tears make good lube. No, they don't. Don't ever actually... Wow. Any bodily fluid that isn't the bodily fluid that comes from there makes bad lube. Don't try it. They dry out too quickly. There you have it. There you have it, Ghost Chain Scatterer. Destroy them with it. I also wanted to ask you, Ghost Chain Scatterer, Typeshare, if I would be able to play a certain other song of yours, the goodbye song, on a future stream. I'll ask you now, and feel 100% free to say no, shut the fuck up. But I'd like to use that as like the signing off stream for like the final stream, which I don't know when it will be yet. 1.ton. Why does that make it sound so much more painful? Been reading some random War on One fic when you started streaming. Perfect timing, Angry Mama Bear. Welcome to the stream. Sorry to interrupt your fic reading. Yes, of course. Thank you. It was a beautiful song. So is the new one. If anybody doesn't know, Ghost Chain Scatterer just also released a beautiful song that's just about fairy wolves. Really nice kind of song. She beat the shit out of her desk for it. I like it. It's got a really nice beat. If you added some music to it in the background as well, I'd be goddamn polished. As great as it is already, though. Definitely sounds like a drinking song. Just received the notification. Did we start already? No, not yet. You're good. We're going to start in a minute. I'm just saying hello to everybody first. We barely started. How long did we... 8 minutes. Okay, well, the first 4 minutes is just the song. So 4 minutes in. We're good. Rip desk kun. I have ice cream. I am ready for the knives. Yeah. Ice cream is good for the pain. Ice cream will help slightly with the pain. Ghosty out here making all the great songs. Hell yeah. I'll be releasing another one for Valentine's. Ooh. Lily Bones, how dare you clip that? No. No, that can't be shared with the world. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're going to jump into this now. Let's head over to the React screen. Yo, perfect timing. Thank you for the hydrate, Miak Danen. And Shania, thank you so much for resubscribing. Wow, double. For the 15th month in a row, another dose of knives. Yep. You got to have them, man. Doctor suggests if you can't have an apple, instead you stab yourself with a knife. Only way to get through life. To be fair, they actually did. Yeah. They 100% did say back in like Middle Ages, hey, cut yourself. You've got too much blood. If you haven't got a knife at hand, use some maggots. Get it out of there. Use some leeches. It's the dirty blood. That's what's making you sick. And Rebel27 Tiger, thank you so much for resubscribing for the 9th month in a row. Welcome back to the House of Copper Hounds, and it's lovely to have you here. I just noticed my live 2D is kind of to the left of where it should be. Let me fix that. There we go. Now he's in the right spot. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Why all of the donations and subs now? Angry Mama Bear, thank you so much for the 100 merits. Oh, and the luck of that. Oh, the shamrock. That's so beautiful. And it got immediately blown out of the cup. This is why we can't have nice things. Snow White, thank you so much for resubscribing for the 4th month in a row. And Ice Claw Fire, thank you so much for resubscribing for the 15th month in a row. God damn. Yeah, you know what? If you've got them, we're going to skip over our normal ones. We're going to go unable to load available emotes. Apparently, I can't use emotes, but if you have them, throw out a shit ton of lanterns. Zupalan, thank you so much for the 500 merits. Yo, I'll get to watching the other 2 streams now, and I'll watch the VOD for this one today too, so I can actually be here for the next stream. Have a lovely night, Zupalan. Yeah, we may be back tomorrow, or the day after. I'm not sure yet. But we're hopefully going to do quite a bit more over these next 2 weeks, because then I'm definitely disappearing. We might only be here for like 1 more week. Blame you if I can't keep on working on my entrance exam homework after this. Just wanted to let you know. Why are you? Yeah, it's going to be very late by the time you're done with this in European time, Bjorko. Good luck. I swear if it's some gushy love song between characters with hidden knives, oh, it probably will be, just say dude. Oh, if it's anything like everything that we have on this channel, it will always be secretly pain. Oh my god. Stoffel, thank you so much for the 200 merits, the adorable little corgos. And Angry Bomber Bear, thank you so much for the 12 merits. And lots of shamrocks. Yeah! Try and explode all of those out of the cup. And Red Panda J09, thank you so much for the 200 merits. Hi crew, hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're doing pretty good here. We should jump into this so that we can at least get 2 chapters. The last 2 chapters were huge, so we'll see what we can do. Thank you for the hydrate. And now we're beginning. Chapter 104. Shizun's wontons. Wontons? Wontons? Wontons. Yeah. I always say wonton and wonton kind of the same way. Wonton destruction and wonton the food. Anyway, let's go. We'll probably switch to dark music for now because they're hunting ghosts. We may have to immediately change it to sad music, but for now we'll do this. A single lantern wandered through Sushang Peak, looking for that fragment of returned soul. Once the soul-calling lantern was lit, Moron became... Fuck. Just immediately, Moron became invisible to the living. I just immediately was just giggling at the idea of it being lit, like, yo, this shit's lit. God damn it, I hate myself. Ah, this is what happens whenever we take a break from streaming. Wontons, exactly. The audio episode for this chapter is amazing. Made me cry like a baby. Oh no. Full sad music? Okay. Fuck the dark music. Straight back to sad. This is a nice track. I like this one. This isn't too sad, but it's nice and scene setting. Dark and sad. Perfect. It was as if he had also turned into half a ghost as he climbed the bluestone steps and traversed the stowers and balconies, searching. Red Lotus Pavilion, Frost Sky Hall, 3 Lives platform. He looked everywhere, but he couldn't find him. Moron couldn't help thinking that maybe Shizun had already grown weary in life and no longer wished to see him in death. The thought made his blood run cold. His footsteps picked up, the hem of his robe sweeping past the wild grass underfoot, when suddenly he noticed a person standing at the end of Naihua Bridge, cold and aloof, woeful and forlorn. The palms of his hands immediately began to sweat, and his heartbeat was louder than a drum in his ears as he ran towards that person. Shizun? But the face that turned around belonged to a soul he didn't recognize. Probably a disciple that had perished during the Heavenly Rift that day. The half of his face that was visible was covered in blood, and the eyes that stared at Moron were dull and confused. That's sad. Man, with you guys making me turn on sad music immediately, I was so interested to see if this was Shizun immediately, especially at Naihua Bridge, man. That's where the umbrella thing happened. That's where he realized Shizun was protecting the students from the rain. Oh. I made a video making those wontons. I know, it was beautiful. God, I've never had wontons like that. Wontons in Chinese American cuisine means like these little fried bits of dough that are just like nothing. You just put them into soup and they're just like extra crunch. That's all they are, is just fried dough. I don't know why there's so many different like conflicting words for things when it comes to like Chinese American and actual Chinese things. Same for like lo mein and chow mein. I almost uninstalled Twitch earlier, so lucky I didn't. Perfect timing, Drama Lava. Not drunk enough to dull my pain. There's a way to fix that, Indadad. You know what it is. And thank you for the tissues, just say dude. That doesn't feel sad enough, but it will be later. May Dragon 12, thank you so much for resubscribing for the 14th month in a row. Welcome back to the House of Copperhounds. It's lovely to have you here, and I hope you enjoy your stay. If you have it, why don't you throw out... the melon emote. I'm going to say melon. I like melon today. Not too hungry yet, but we will be. Oh, the cuddle pile was so ready. Sorry, wrong person. Moron stammered and hurried past him. That soul had lost its cognition, only stiffly watching Moron pass by in front of him without making a single move. The corpse-pale body stood frozen in place like a shell that had been shed and left behind in this world. Moron felt his chest tighten even more. What should he do if Shizun's human soul was also like that? A walking corpse? Even if he were to find him, would he be able to watch over him until daybreak? His heart beat like a frenzied stampede as his feet moved faster and faster. He didn't know how he ended up here, but he looked up to find himself outside Mungpole Hall. Moron thought to himself that Shizun didn't particularly care for food, so his returned soul probably wouldn't come to this of all places. He was just about to turn and leave when a soft sigh came from inside Mungpole Hall. That voice was so quiet, but it sounded like an explosion of thunder in Moron's head. He practically stumbled through the doors and his hand shook uncontrollably as he lifted the soul-calling lantern. The light of that lantern was like the newly risen sun, warm yet mild as it illuminated a white-robed figure. His joints turned wide as his nails dug into his palm. Moron murmured, "Shizun?" Oh, okay, you found him quickly. I'm glad we put on sad music rather than dark music. The dark music would have literally only lasted for like 30 seconds. This is fine. Just remembered I missed most of the last read-through. Oh, this has got to make no sense then. We in the spirit world now, yo. Sky is all one. Thank you so much for the 100 merits. So sweet of you. Oh, crying Isaac. No. Baby boy Moron. Wow, the cup exploded at some point. I did not watch that happen. Shit. That fragment of Chu Wan-Ning's soul stood all alone in the emptiness of the large kitchen. His silhouette looked a little washed out, like ink blanched by the passage of time, but it was definitely him. He wore the same white robes made of frozen mist silk that he had when he died. Its hem stayed red with blood. The conspicuous vividness made his skin look even paler, almost see-through like the color of smoke and mist, looking as if he might disappear in a gust of wind. With lantern in hand, Moron gazed at the mirage before his eyes, like the image of flowers in a mirror, like the reflection of the moon in water. He wanted to walk faster, afraid that he might leave if he delayed. He wanted to walk slower, afraid that the dream might shatter if he rushed. 1,000 thoughts twisted together in his mind. Regret and guilt flooded his chest, and the rims of his eyes grew faintly red. He felt only that he owed him far too much as his footsteps slowed to a stop in his vicinity, too ashamed to show his face. Oh man. Oh no, reverse coup, I've already read all of her. I just missed your dramatization. Okay, you're good then. I'm the one who's confused. Indida, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Just Say Dude. Thank you so much for the second gifted sub on the channel. That's so sweet of you. And Indidad, welcome to the House of Copper Hounds. It's lovely to have you here. I'm going to throw out Sworn Bros, because look at Moron being so fucking cute at this point, man. Oh, he's so broken. He's just like, I don't even want to see it. Well, I don't want him to see me. I'm scared to not be looking at him, but I don't want him to see me. I don't deserve to look at my Shizun. Oh, Moron, baby boy. We love to see the growth. The lantern swayed gently. Now that he was closer, he could see that he was busying about, seeming a little anxious about something, but also rather clumsy. What was Chu Wan-Ning doing? He moved to stand behind him, thinking to help the pitiful soul out, but what he saw struck him like lightning, and then, as the shock began to taper off, a burst of agonizing pain opened its bloody maw and tore viciously into his neck. Moron recoiled backward 2 steps, slowly shaking his head but unable to speak. In that moment, even if his chest were to be torn open and his heart ripped out, veins, flesh and all, it could not hurt as much as this. He saw Chu Wan-Ning's hands, raw and bloody from crawling up more than 3,000 steps, carrying him when he was still alive. he saw those hands slowly feeling along the table. On that table sat flour, seasoning, and mincemeat filling, and next to the table was a pot heating up water. The water was already boiling, but Chuan-Ning, the dummy, didn't even know to lower the flames a little, and the thick covering of steam made everything look hazy and blurry. Or perhaps it wasn't the steam blurring Moron's vision at all, but the wetness in his eyes. Oh, that's so fucked, man. Shizun just desperately trying to make the wontons that he knows makes everything feel better for... Oh, I'm worried about why he's making them as well. I'm worried as whether he's trying to make them to make himself feel better, or if he still feels bad for Moron, screaming at him about him oh, man. What if he heard everything that Moron said when he was first dead? This is going to be a painful chapter for sure. People died. People died at this scene. It's me. I'm people. This is, yeah. This is already getting emotional, and I haven't even seen how he's going to react to it yet. The wontons? Yeah. He should be making them for Moron. Oh, God. In another timeline, Moron knocked them to the ground, and he just had to pick them up and throw them away in the garbage by himself. Chuan-Ning's human soul was slowly folding wonton papers. Wrappers. Why did... I was looking at chat. I'm sorry. His hands were originally nimble and dexterous. Countless armaments having been crafted by those slender fingers. Immense barriers having been conjured between those palms. But right now, those hands were torn and marred, trembling slightly as they carefully folded one full plump wonton after another. Moron lifted an arm and wiped his reddened eyes, but still couldn't force out so much as a single word. Chuan-Ning stood with his back facing him. He seemed to finally remember that the water had been boiling for quite a while already, and worried that it would all boil off if left alone like that. Wow, I did not read that properly. Went to look for the pot. He felt around with his hands. Yes, he felt around with his hands. Is he blind? Why would Shizun have lost his sight? He didn't... I'm terrified. Yeah, Moron's... Yeah, that's written so fucking well. That moment when Meat Bun's just like... has been describing this so well so far about him like carefully touching everything. And then at that point, it's like you felt around with his hands and you're like, wait. Yes, he felt around with his hands and you're like, wait a fucking minute. Oh no, what happened to his eyes? Are they gone? Did they rot out? Moron finally woke up from the anguish he'd been drowning in and went around to Shizun's side with hasty steps. He could see clearly now. When the three souls split, each loses something. Maybe memories, maybe cognition, or maybe parts of its body. What this soul had lost was a part of its perception. This portion of Chuan-Ning's soul, returned from the underworld, could see only blurriness. His hearing seemed to be faulty as well. When he knocked something off the table, he couldn't even tell where it landed. But even so, he still tried his best to make this bowl of ordinary, unremarkable wontons, as if this had been his favorite thing to do in life, as if he found comfort in this haze of steam. Watching this, Moron felt like his heart might burst from the pain. Felt like this world was spinning dizzily around him. And for a moment, he couldn't even think. Only standing there frozen in place, watching the scene before his eyes. That's fucked up. Especially since in Moron's eyes up to this... phrasing. In Moron's worldview up until this point, Shizun has been this untouchable badass. Nothing could hold his Shizun down. He was always this super strong enemy of his, the only person who could challenge him one-on-one in battle. And he never thought the idea that Shizun could be injured. And now here's Chuan-Ning in front of him. Not able to hear things, not able to see things, just desperately trying to make the wontons from their past. Oh, that's fucked up. That's so well done. Hello chat, just a reminder, this is a spoiler-free stream. Thank you, Aleve. And I'm sorry all the chat commands don't work anymore. The monk said the soul might lose something. I didn't think it'd be a body part. That's terrifying. I do remember that now that, yeah, as soon as Moron had talked about souls coming back without parts, I just hadn't thought physical parts. When he first started to move around, I thought it was literally going to be Shizun was there. But no eyes in his skull, just black voids. That would have been more terrifying, to be fair. As it is, it's just fucking sad. It's not terrifying, it's just... Shizun. No. For some reason my chat isn't working. Does this show up? Yes, it does, Still Stormlight. I'm sorry that you can't see it. You might have to refresh or something. He knows Shizun can get hurt. He himself hurt him in the previous life. Yeah, but you know what I mean. He sees him as a beast. He sees him as somebody that doesn't have to be defended, but as somebody who does the defending for the entire fucking world. And that's what ended up getting Shizun killed. And Moron sitting there and being like, fuck Shizun. He should have protected me, and he should have protected Shimei, and hate it. I hate it. Due to the diminished vision, the soul really couldn't see too well, and accidentally knocked over Mengpo Ho's salt jar. Chuan Ning seemed startled, silently drawing his hand back, an uneasy expression appearing on his blood-stained face. What do you need? A hoarse voice spoke from next to him, tight with choked-backed sobs, shattered with guilt. Oh, this was the wrong one. Let me help you. Okay? Chuan Ning seemed a bit surprised, but maybe because his soul was incomplete and so his emotions couldn't be too turbulent, he soon settled back into an even calmness. But every word Moron forced past his lips was difficult and full of pleading. Shizun, let me help you, okay? Water boiled in the pot. In this kitchen, the dead was warm and lively, but the living was distraught and listless. A long while passed before he finally heard Chuan Ning's familiar voice, low and even like the shattering of jade and the crumbling of mountains. You're here? Yes. That's good. Just wait at the side for a bit. Once the wontons are done cooking, bring a bowl to Moran. Moran froze, not understanding what Chuan Ning was saying at all. Oh, this is painful. Who does he think it is? I am very confused right now. Oh, but that's so fucking sad. Moran is breaking down so much right now. Holding back the sobs, feeling so bad, just trying to help. I don't like seeing Shizun this way either. Having Chuan Ning knock something down and get just scared, because he didn't even notice he'd knocked it down. He just heard the clanging sound and was like, what did I do? Oh! I can't. God damn it, no. Fucking fuck it, bye. Yeah, that feels about right. This chapter, yeah. Mochi257, thank you so much for subscribing for the 5th month in a row. Welcome back to the House of Copper Hounds, and it's lovely to have you here. I am going to throw out. I can't even throw out. If you have it, throw out crying. Oh, I can now. Okay. They stopped censoring me. Fuck you, Twitch. I can make myself cry as much as I want to. Crying Law Bing Ho if you have it. And now we're good. Now we're good. Shizun's not good, but we're good. I was also very confused when you guys were all spamming hydrates. I was like, wait, did something go wrong? But this is fine. It's just normal pain. He watched as Chuan Ning, feeling around blindly, put the plump, snow-white wontons one by one into the pot, his face losing its usual sternness in the haziness of steam, looking very gentle instead. He said, I punished him too harshly yesterday. He probably hates me now. I heard Shui Meng say he's not eating anything, so when you go to deliver this to him, don't tell him I made it. He won't eat it if he knows. Does he fucking think it's Shimei? Did Shimei never make fucking wontons for Moran? Okay, we're speedrunning this shit. Moran's head was a complete mess, as if some secret that had been sleeping for half a lifetime was beginning to stir, was just about to break out of the ground. Shizun? Chuan Ning forced a smile. I'm afraid I was too strict with him, but that rashness of his really should be tempered. Never mind. Get a bowl for me, a thick one if you can. It's cold outside. Have to keep the food warm. Just about to break out of the ground. Just about to break out of the ground. It was as if he could hear the faint sound of something shattering in his mind, and a certain memory finally clawed through its shell, screeching like a ghost as it burst forth and hurtled toward him. All of a sudden, everything went dark. Wonton. That's... Wontons. Shimei. Shizun? That was the first time he'd had Shimei's wontons. That day, he had mistakenly plucked the precious flower Madame Wang had been growing and gotten punished by Chuan Ning for it. Tian Wen had whipped him bloody and turned his heart into ash. He had lain in bed refusing to get up, brooding that he had plucked the flower because he wanted to give it to Shizun, only to get round of merciless lashing instead. He thought that he must have been blind to have taken to Chuan Ning, that his heart must have been covered in lard to think that Chuan Ning was gentle, that Chuan Ning cared about him. That was the day when Shimei had come to his room holding a bowl of steamy wontons and chili oil. That soft voice, that gentle tone, and that warm bowl of wontons turned all of his disappointment in Shizun into fondness for Shimei. But who could have known? But who could have known? That fragment of returned soul stood there next to him. Every deceased person's human soul was different when it returned. Some were like Luo Shenshan, coming back to see what happened after their death. Some were like that person at Naihe Bridge earlier, without any lingering cares or worries, simply wandering around the place that they had lived in a stupor. Chuan Ning's human soul had lost its vision, couldn't tell voices apart, and didn't even know which day it was. He came back to the world of the living probably because he felt that he had done something wrong, made a mistake, and felt bad about it. Wanted to make up for it. And so, in the end, Chuan Ning made a decision different from that in life. He scooped the wontons out and put them in the bowl. The chopped scallions were a jade green, the broth was milky white, and the chili oil poured on top, red and spicy. He went to hand the bowl over to Shimei, but paused suddenly at the last moment. I really was too unkind to him, Chuan Ning murmured. A few moments passed in silence. Never mind. You don't have to deliver it anymore. I'll go see him myself and apologize to him. Moron stared blankly, his face ghostly pale. He had always thought that Shizun was too cold. Cold like iron. So cold it froze his heart into ice. He never would have guessed that Shizun was actually kind to him, that his lingering regret in the living world was him. And to apologize to him? The ice melted, turned into water, became an ocean. Slowly, Moron lifted his hands and buried his face in them. His shoulders trembled slightly. A heart like iron. A heart like iron? That wasn't it. Moron's throat felt tight, and a sob escaped as he fell to the ground, kneeling before the soul that couldn't see him. The soul-calling lantern sat on the ground by his feet as he let out a broken wail, screaming himself hoarse as if he might cry blood. And finally, unable to hold it in any longer, he bawled, loudly and miserably. He knelt before Chuan Ning. That wasn't it! He groveled in the dust, clutching at the hems of Chuan Ning's blood-stained robes. It wasn't that your heart was cold and hard as iron. It wasn't that I was unyielding and immovable as a rock. It was just that I misjudged in the past, misunderstood you too much. It was just that... Shizun! Shizun! He wept, curling in on himself. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please. Please come back with me. Shizun, please come back with me. I was wrong. It was my fault. I don't blame you. I don't hate you. It was my fault. Always making you angry. If you hit me or scold me in the future, I definitely won't fight back. Shizun, if you just come back, I'll listen to everything you say. I'll respect you. I'll cherish you. I'll treat you right. but Chu Wan-ning's robes were gossamer thin, as if they might shatter at any moment in his hands. Moran wished he could cut open his own chest and give him his heart, just to hear his heartbeat again. He wished he could drain his own blood to fill his veins, just to see color on his face again. He would do anything to make up for his mistakes. Shizun! His voice broke. Let's start over from the beginning! Okay? In front of the heaven-piercing tower, under that high tong tree, the Zongshu, gentle as a white cat, lifted his head, phoenix eyes widening slightly. The cicadas on the branches chirped 2, 3 times, and the youth before him grinned brightly. Shenjun! Shenjun, I've been watching you for so long already. Why won't you pay attention to me? In the blink of an eye, it had been 20 years, 2 lifetimes, all in the past already. It was greedy and shameless, but he said it. Shizun, let's start over from the beginning, okay? Shizun, pay attention to me, won't you? Fuck, man. Author's notes. Wonton Journeys used a special method to come online. Congratulations to those who guessed it right. Wontons are spicy wontons, chaoshu, and chili oil, a Sichuan dish. Fuck, that's so fucked up. That's so sad. So this whole time, that makes every past scene so much more painful. With Shizun trying to make him the wontons again, giving them to him, and him being like, oh, they taste delicious. They taste disgusting. They're nothing compared to Shimay's wontons. They're the same fucking... Oh, that aggravates me so fucking much. The fact that he said that to him when it was his wontons. He just imagined Shimay's were better because he's so in love with him. Oh, it was always Shizun looking out for him. And on some level, you have to wonder, did Shimei do that shit on purpose? My theory is going back to like the beginning here, where I am at the point where I'm like, I think Shimei likes Shizun. I don't think he likes Moran. I think Shimei possibly liked Shizun. And his whole thing was just, hey, it's clear that Shizun fucking loves Moran. He's never made me fucking wontons. And so he did take credit for that. He realized what he was doing when he essentially stole Moran's affection. Oh, man. Now you know how our readers got conditioned by meat bun. Wontons equal pain, stares equal pain. Oh, man. I guessed it from the beginning. I don't remember how. That's impressive, Old Town 85. I had no idea. He wasted wontons to pour food. He threw them in the garbage. They were the same wontons, and he was doing it for the same reason. Now you know why Shimei refused to make the wontons when Doggy told him to make it. He knew! He knew that he would have found out. That he would have been like, wait, these aren't right. Shimei, what's happening? You're so good at making wontons normally. Oh! By the way, I restocked the tissues and even picked up ice cream and chocolate. Good plan. Good plan. The reason I can't look at wontons without crying. Got to copy this here. What is a ghost? An emotion. A terrible moment condemned to repeat itself over and over. An instant of pain, perhaps? Something dead which appears at times alive. A sentiment suspended in time like a blurry photograph. Like an insect trapped in amber. A ghost is me. Where does that come from? Fuck, is that from chapter 1? Or is that completely different? Either way, that's crazy. I like that. That's a really good, yeah. Because it's very much like a thing. This whole eastern side of ghosts is pretty fucking amazing, where it's like they come back, but they are missing something. And so you have the ones that just wander around. You have the ones that maybe feel angry and aggressive towards everything because they just know they've been wronged. You have the ones that come back and are just like lost, wandering around for the 7 days until they disappear. I like the idea of like, yeah, the Western ghost story where it's like, well, there's a bunch of different ones, but the one that I really like is where they've just literally been lost in time, where an emotion has left like a scar in space-time. And so they do just repeat things that they did in life, even though they don't know why. They don't know that they're dead. They're just constantly there trying to fix their wrongs, trying to go back. And so the idea of Shizun at this point, trying to make wontons again. Because he knows once again how much... that's all he knows, is that he fucked up. He got Moran almost killed, and Moran felt devastated looking at him walk away. And he's trying to make it up to him again, just like when he was angry at him in the past, just because he was being strong for him. And so the fact that in this moment, as a ghost, he's like, no, I'll take them to him myself. That would have fixed so fucking much! I hate it! Fucking hate it. It's actually pretty obvious. Shimei only brings the wontons to Moran after Chu Wanning has punished him, and he hesitates after Moran tells him he prefers wontons over whatever Shimei has cooked him, man. Not to mention he made him other food after... Oh, that is fucked as well. Yeah, the fact that at that point, he's straight up to Shimei after Shimei makes him those noodles. He's like, I prefer the wontons. Those were amazing. Oh, he prefers the taste of Shizun's wontons. And Shimei is just like, wait, you prefer Shizun's cooking to mine? How dare. Shimei said he learned... Shomong said he learned to cook for him in the prologue, if I'm remembering wrong. Really? Also, were the wontons our dumb dog got from Shimei after getting thrashed by Chu Wanning at the beginning of the novel also by Shizun? I have to imagine so. I have to imagine it was always Shizun's wontons. How is the drama going to live up to this? I have no idea. This is written so well. I can't imagine the drama being able... Well, we'll see how it goes. I haven't seen those actors in anything else yet, so it'll be very interesting. I hope the voice actors are up to par. I hope the visual effects go hard, because this is a show with like a lot of demons and ghosts and magical shit. Yo. Oh, man. He did. Ilape and Ku, I feel it. I'm late to the party, but it looks like Ku found out the truth about the wontons. Yeah, they were always Shizuns. Your resident ghost expert here. Ghosts aren't meant to be the full person. It's the part left behind still clinging to spaces, which is why they act reactive, repetitive, emotional, and don't recognize people or take them for someone else. Yeah, I like that. Voice actor equals actor. Oh, they're not using separate dubbing actors. That's awesome. Oh, good, good, good. I like that. I like that. I wonder if they'll still re-record their lines. Oh, rain sound effect. Sorry, I missed that for a moment. I don't remember these buttons. Nope. Yes. Both actors are excellent actors. I have faith in them. I'm looking forward to it. And orgies, Ku? I don't think there's going to be orgies in the drama, guys. Sorry to tell you. I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, man. They can't include dead people, but they can include dead-looking things that aren't necessarily dead. They just have to say, oh, that's a monster rather than a ghost. It's fine. It's fine. Hua-Chang's not a ghost king. He's a demon king. Don't be silly. Anyway. Yo, they leaked a script? That's wild. They probably have wontons. Yeah, they'll definitely have the wonton scene. It's just a question of how they'll do it. How emotional they'll make it. They can't not do that scene. That's so important. Anyway. Yeah, Shizun's not a ghost. He's just a monster. Monster Shizun. There you go. Moran will prefer saying that. That'll be perfect. It's actually comforting in a way. It's a loved one's ghost still lingering around. It's basically their love for you and your home lingering around. Yeah. You might just hear their voice every now and then. And hope it's not a demon mimicking their voices, because demons definitely do that shit. Anyway. Chapter 105. Shizun's human soul. Light gore warning. Warning, everybody. Light gore. Don't be a bitch baby about it. We're going to get some gore in this episode. Be afraid. Run away if you have to. That's fine. But if you're sticking around, get ready for gore. The lamp cast its bright light on a pair of people. They weren't at Mengpo Hall anymore, but in Moran's room. Chu Wanning couldn't see the road clearly, so Moran had led him by the hand. Chu Wanning was short 2 souls, unable to tell what day it was or even whose hand was holding his, only dazedly allowing the other to lead him along. Moran led him into the room, wiped the tears from his face, and closed the door behind him. Chu Wanning set down the bowl of wontons he was holding. Then feeling around, he went to the bed and asked softly, "Moron is still asleep?" There was no response, so Chuan-Ning assumed that Moron was indeed still asleep. He sighed and seemed a little disappointed. Moron couldn't bear it and was also afraid he might leave, so he sat down on the bed and said, "Shizun, I'm awake." Hearing him call for himself, Chuan-Ning's brows moved slightly and he hummed, but then seemed hesitant and said nothing else. Moron knew he had a thin face and would probably try to leave again after just a couple of words if he thought Shimei was here. So he picked up a hair clasp from the table and tossed it at the door to make it sound like Shimei had closed the door and left, and asked, "Why is Shizun here? Who brought you here?" Sure enough, Chuan-Ning, with only half his soul, was much easier to fool than usual. He hesitated for a moment and then said, "Shi Mingjing took me here. Did he leave?" "He left." Oh, this is so fucking heartbreaking. You know what this feels like to me? This feels like when somebody has dementia. Like with somebody in their like old age that has dementia and isn't quite sure what's going on in the world anymore. And constantly thinks that people around them are people from their past. Doesn't recognize things but tries to link things in their mind. That's so messed up. What's wrong with ghosts? I think it's to do with the party's philosophy of... Oh, okay. Yeah, I would look it up. I do not know, so I would definitely look it up. Non-ghost thing and drama never makes sense to me. I remember reading about it one time, but I'm not going to try and say it and then misquote it. Because, yeah, just look it up. There's definitely a reason for it, which is, you know, a reason of their own. It's up to them. A moment passed in silence before Chuan-Ning finally said, "The wound on your back." "The wound on my back is not Shizun's fault," Moron said in a soft voice. "I picked a precious herb without permission. Shizun's punishment was well deserved." Not having expected him to say anything like that, Chuan-Ning was slightly taken aback. Then his delicate, curtain-like lashes quivered minutely as he sighed. "Does it still hurt?" "It doesn't hurt anymore." Chuan-Ning lifted his hand, those icy cold fingertips seeking until they touched Moron's face, and then a moment later, "Sorry. Please don't hate Shizun." He never would have spoken such soft words back then, but in death, thinking back to things as his soul drifted in the underworld, he found that he didn't regret anything other than how unkind he had been to his disciple. And so, given this second chance, these words that were once impossible to say came out so easily. Moron felt like a warm spring water was streaming over his heart. The hatred that remained after his rebirth, the old scars that refused to fade year after year, the unwillingness to accept things that was already on its last breath. All of it had suddenly already been shattered into pieces, and now they were washed away by these heartfelt words of apology, leaving nothing behind. In the light of the soul-calling lantern, he gazed at his Shizun's face. He couldn't see the bloodstains anymore, and there seemed to be a wisp of life again in the paleness there. It was as if he was peering across all the time that could never turn back, and seeing Chuan-Ning's gentle countenance for the first time he saw him. I like that. I like that paragraph right there. It sounds like he actually finally has been cured of all of his past pain. That all Shizun had to do was just share his true feelings. That he was worried about Moron. That he made him the fucking wontons. That he cared about him so much and didn't want to be hated by him. And just like that, Moron's able to move on and let go of the pain in the past. I hope it continues. I hope he doesn't get poisoned with hate again in the future, because goddamn. No, because I screamed, "Please don't hate Shizun." Oh man, that is so fucked up. That's all he wanted to say at that point, and that is when the hate began. Not when it really festered. It really festered after Shimei died, but that's when he first thought, he's heartless. How could I possibly think he was a good person? Man, it speaks volumes though, how he'd rather Moron hates him than knowing Moron was starving himself. Yeah, how scared he was that Moron wouldn't accept the wontons from him and would instead go hungry and therefore sent them through Shimei, making sure he would eat them because he wouldn't be stubborn about it going against his Shizun. Oh man. Unconsciously, Moron raised a hand to cover his ice-cold hand with his own warm one. I don't hate you, he said. Shizun, you're good to me. I don't hate you. Chuan-Ning stared blankly for a moment, then suddenly smiled. Even though he was dead, even with blood and dirt on his face, his smile was still the first melt of a frozen-over stream, filling the entire room with the warmth of spring. His eyes were closed, but there seemed to be something glistening between his lashes. It was the bright, brilliant smile of one whose final wish had been granted, proud yet reserved, radiant yet humble, like the blooming of the most luxuriant and steadfast Haitang tree, countless blossoms of gentle, faint blushes carefully dotting the dignified branches, beautiful and sweet-scented, covering the leaves like so many stars. Moron couldn't help losing himself in the sight. Fuck, that was incredible. That is an amazing run-on sentence, where it's just the idea of Moron being like, yo, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's melting the ice in his heart. It's melting the distance between him and Shizun. You finally smiled, yo. You finally smiled and Moron's so happy to see it. I also like how they described it as this being like Chuan-Ning's one regret left in life, being cured. Oh, that's so deep. That's so fucking deep. This was the first time in 2 lifetimes that he had seen Chuan-Ning with such an easy and happy expression. Moron wasn't smart. He thought of the saying, a flower-like smile, but deemed it unfitting. Then he thought of a smile of 100 charms, but that seemed even more absurd. He racked his brains, but just couldn't think of a way to describe this lovely vision before him. All he could do was sigh with feeling. How beautiful. Such a beautiful person. How did he never notice before? Struck by a sudden, fortuitous inspiration, Moron said in a soft voice, Shizun, there's something I want to tell you. I really didn't know how valuable Madam Wang's Haitang flower was. When I picked it that day, it was because I wanted to give it to you. Chuan-Ning seemed surprised. Moron's voice grew even softer, a little bashful, even a little helpless as he repeated, It was for you. For you. But why would you pick that flower for me? Moron's face flushed despite himself. I don't know either. I just thought it was really pretty. He didn't continue, vaguely surprised to find that he somehow still remembered how he had felt so long ago when picking that flower for Chuan-Ning. Chuan-Ning, without his other 2 souls, was really so gentle, like a cat without its claws, all soft, docile belly and snowy, rounded paws. What? All soft, docile belly and snowy rounded paws. He pat Moron's head and smiled as he said, Yummy. Moron's eyes stung as he gazed up at him. He sniffled. I'm a dummy. Don't do it again. I won't do it again. Fuck. That's so fucking cute, man. Never in my life did I imagine Shizun would utter the word dummy. That's so fucking cute. And Moron just being so broken, just repeating what he's saying. Just like, I'm a dummy. I won't do it again. He's just so happy. Oh, he finally got to say what he should have said all of those fucking years ago. They would have had such a happy love life. Hello, Koo. Hope you're doing well. I got so excited when I got the notification. Thank you, White Lotus. It's lovely to have you here. I'm doing well, but this is definitely going to make me cry. I can feel my fucking nose clogging up because of I need to blow my nose. This is so annoying. 1 second. I'll be right back. need to clarify, not crying yet. Just getting the snifflies. Not like I like you or anything, Barker. Yeah, that definitely feels how it feels. I am an idiot sandwich. Well, now that just makes it funny. But yeah, the idea of Shizun being like, you're so dumb. It's a good thing you're cute. Like, oh, that would have been perfect. It'd be like that, Ku. Yeah, Ku, only your nose is crying. Exactly. My eyes aren't crying. I'm just getting the feels. The sniffle feels. Thank you for all the hydrates, by the way. That is a lot of hydrates. Oh, we do need them. Moron thought about how, when he gave up hope in the past life, he had gone around doing all manners of evil and terrorizing people, angering Chuan-Ning until his Shizun finally gave up on him and tossed him that verdict. Deficient by nature, beyond remedy, that he had resented for an entire lifetime. 100 emotions welled up in his chest as he said, Shizun, I promise you, from now on I won't do anything to disappoint you. I'll be good. I won't be bad. He was hardly well read and didn't have any powerfully resounding words of promise to say, but he could feel the hot blood boiling in his chest as that pure and simple soul that he once had as a child finally seemed to stir from within its slumber. Shizun, this disciple is slow-witted and didn't realize until now how good you have been to me. His eyes were bright as he got up from the bed and knelt before Chuan-Ning, bowing down low. And when he lifted his head, the young man's expression was solemn and serious. So from now on, Moron won't bring you any disgrace ever again. Sitting side by side, the master and disciple had a long talk. Though Moron did most of the talking, he was actually very cute when he set his mind on cherishing someone. Chuan-Ning listened quietly, now and again shaking his head with a smile. Before they knew it, the skies outside the window gradually began to brighten, like the rich darkness of Huizhou ink being watered down. The long night was coming to an end. Oh, that's so fucking sweet. I also like earlier in this chapter, yeah, this. Meat Bun went ahead and did like one of the most beautiful run-on sentences of just everything that Moron is thinking about Chuan-Ning. How gorgeous and beautiful he thinks he is. And it's described so well with all the hyperbole, all of the, not simile, the other one. God damn it. You know what I mean. It's like a simile, but not, it's poetic. That, we'll leave it at that. I'm dumb too. My brain not working either. But yeah, I like that all of that came out as like what he was thinking about his Shizun. Metaphors. Thank you. All of that came out of his mind. And then his brain was just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just so beautiful. How beautiful? How do I say it? Oh man, that's so cute that he thinks all of that. And he's just like, but how do I put it into words? Shizun, how do I say it? But thank you to everybody who told me metaphor. Yes, I don't know why I couldn't fucking think of that word. How long till we get to fluff again? This is pure fluff, man. For now. I mean, this might be pain, but we'll find out. Master Huaizui stood by the stone bridge. Oh, shit. Oh, Master Huaizui. Okay, we're back to Shizun's Shizun. Okay. Yeah, we're out of it. Let's go to chill music. No more romance. I like this as Master Huaizui's theme. This feels like him. The hems of his monk robes wet from splashes of the water rushing past, but he seemed not to notice at all as he waded silently. I'm also very scared that Master Huaizui is just another chess piece and this is going to go horribly, but it's fine. The sun rose slowly from the east, its light passing through the leaves of trees to strike the turbulent waters of the Yellow Springs, instantly turning the racing currents a dazzling gold, the water spray sparkling like the delicate scales of a dragon, and light reflecting brilliantly where the flow billowed into waves, glistening and resplendent. He was currently in the Void Realm, visible only to the ones who find Chuan-Ning's soul. Shimei and Shuimeng had both come by already, but neither could see the old monk by the bank. He was calm by all appearances, but his hand thumbing a string of prayer beads unconsciously moved faster and more urgently with each passing moment. Okay, it sounds like he cares about Shizun. This is good. This is good. Only fluff we get is Chunya Ning's docile underbelly. I wouldn't describe it as docile. I'm sure those claws will come back out when he has the other 2/3 of his soul. It's fine. It's fine. This feels like a bad omen. Ah, it's fine. He was just worried. It's almost daybreak. They were almost going to fail and not get Shizun, but Moran's going to be here. It's fine. He's definitely not wasting time waxing poetic to Shizun about how much he loves him when he should be trying to revive his soul. It's fine. It's fine. Clatter. Abruptly, the coils of prayer beads fell apart. The star moon Bodhi beads dropping like rain all over the ground. Okay, that is troubling. I guess we go to this now. Sure. Waizui's eyes flew open and he pressed his lips together, color draining from his face. It was an ill omen. He stroked the broken string of the prayer beads, watching the rolling waves toss stray beads back onto the shore, and beads on the shore rolling into the waters. He stared blankly for a long while, face slowly growing paler. Green Master! Someone suddenly called out to him. Green Master! Excitedly, exuberantly. Waizui looked immediately towards the source of the sound to see Moran sprinting over from the distance, holding a soul-calling lantern that flowed with both a scarlet light and a golden one. The first rays of dawn were already dazzling enough, but this young man's eyes were even brighter than the morning sun, gleaming like a pair of crystals. He screeched to a halt in front of Huaizui, cheeks flushed and panting slightly, but uncontrollably excited. I found him! Moran brushed aside his disheveled bangs, that lantern holding Chuan Ning's human soul tucked snugly against his chest. He wasn't unwilling to see me! He's in here! He pointed at the lantern in his arm, but then hesitated, wanting to hand it over to Huaizui, but also loath to part with it, his hands extending out only a couple of inches before drawing back in again. Huaizui let out a subtle sigh of relief and looked him up and down, then said with a laugh, Since you're the one who found him, you can hold him. No need to give it to me. So very carefully, Moran continued holding the lantern. Huaizui picked up the monk staff leaning against the tree, tapped it lightly against the water, and a jade green bamboo raft with a white cord tied to its curved bow appeared out of nowhere. Bow. That's a bow. There's no time to lose. Please board. I'm very scared of this. Must go have dinner. Hopefully I'll be back soon. See you in a bit, drama lover. Hope you have a good meal. It's been too long without the angst. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that. That feels very metaphorical. Very metaphorical. Broken string of the prayer beads, watching the rolling waves toss stray beads back onto the shore, and beads on the shore rolling into the water. You know what that sounds like to me as a metaphor? It sounds like it's about to go bad again, and they're about to misunderstand each other again. Like, I think that's what that's saying. The prayer beads, like, continuously washing out, and then rolling back up, and then washing out, and then rolling back up. It's the idea that Moran and Shizun finally had a nice happy moment and talked to each other properly. And any minute now, they're going to do something dumb again and fuck it all over. Oh no. Spaced out and thought Shizun called Chuan Ning and it was ready to raise hell. Misunderstandings and my done, May. More likely than you think. Yeah, more than you can shake a rock at. Or a soul calling lantern at. It was common. Yeah, we'll go out of dark for now. This is... No, we just need slightly less dark. We need, like, creepy but not evil dark. Sure. This'll do. It was common knowledge that Sushang Peak's river connected to the Ghost Realm. But since there was a barrier in between, going to the underworld wasn't just a simple matter of flowing along the waters. Master Huaizui's bamboo raft was enchanted to allow it to pass between the yin and the yang. So after half a day and many miles of Moron sitting alone on the raft sailing the currents, he came upon a waterfall. The waterfall to the underworld. This waterfall connected to the infinite cosmos above and the deepest reaches of hell below, with no defined boundaries and neither beginning nor end. The watery curtain came down in a great cascade, the spray of droplets giving rise to a foggy mist. Before Moron could even get a closer look, the bamboo raft was already carrying him straight towards that enormous curtain of water, the size of prehistoric beasts. He didn't even have time to react when powerful streams of water were already immediate, like countless blades poised to tear right through flesh and bone. Shizun! In the midst of danger, the only thing Moron cared about was the soul-calling lantern in his arms. He held the lantern tightly against himself to shield it, never once letting go, even as he was drawn into a raging whirlpool and everything was dark, stormy chaos. He didn't know how long had passed when the deafening sound of the waterfall abruptly vanished, and the barrage of knives like deluge disappeared as well. Moron opened his eyes slowly, only letting out a breath of relief when he checked that the soul-calling lantern was safe and sound. But then he looked up, and was stunned speechless by the sight before him. The waterfall traversing the realms of yin and yang was nowhere to be seen, and the bamboo raft was drifting gently on a vast lake with tranquil waters. The lake was a deep blue. This is wrong. I thought that was going to be an enemy problem. This is fine. The lake was a deep blue that flowed with specks of starlight, and countless wisps of faint souls swam through its waters like shoals of fish. Reeds flourished along both its shores, with faintly glowing flowers that drifted to and fro in the draft. From the left side and the right, in the depths of the reeds, came the singing voices of a man and a woman, the notes wafting as if from a dream, sorrowful, yet serene. My body into the thunderous abyss, limbs ground into paste, my skull into the open world, eye sockets withered into dust. Scarlet ants devour my heart, and vultures my innards. Only the soul returns, only the soul returns. Green waters of the yellow springs flow east, passed by gone, never to return. Moron continued drifting on the bamboo raft for a long time, and then, suddenly, a great gateway that towered into the black sky appeared in the heavy darkness of night. Okay, number one, that's fucking cool as shit. And this is feeling very Orpheus and Eurydice. Yo, that's fucking terrifying. Also, I'm sure that song actually felt like a proper song in Chinese. I tried to give it like some level of like structure. But yeah, oh god, that's so poetic. That's so fucked. Scarlet ants devour my heart and vultures my innards. That's very... what's his face? The dude who gave fire to the mortals from Greek mythology. I'm sure it's not, but it feels very much. Damn, what was that titan's name? Prometheus. Yeah, oh shit, Soulstorm got there first. Yeah, Prometheus. Google's Orpheus and Eurydice. No, I will not stand for this. What could make this even worse is if they end like Achilles and Patroclus. Oh man, they really did those boys bad. I was thinking more like Hoist the Colors from Pirates of the Caribbean. Could be good. Could be good. Do not let the Run One ship sink. At least he's kept the lantern alive so far. It's fine. I will go down with this ship. Man, sounds like a dope vacation spot. You're not wrong. It sounds strangely beautiful. Terrifying, but beautiful. Honestly, this arc reminds me of Behula, a Bangla folklore about a newly married wife going through various journeys to revive her dead husband. She goes to the heavens, sings and dances to please the gods and goddesses, and was granted a wish which she used to revive her husband. That's really nice. God damn. That's a sweet story. I've never heard that one before. Legit want an animatic of this. Wait for me from Hades Town. That would be so good. Could be an animation app and done. Yo, there you go. Just Say Dude is on it. Greek mythology a crossover we didn't know we need. I mean, it feels very much like in Greek mythology, fucking Hades was a real place too. Like they knew where the entrance to Hades was. And people that felt like trying to go find dead ones would go into the cave. And oh man, that shit's terrifying. They had the Mount Olympus too. So yeah, that kind of thing. I don't know. Like, I don't know enough about Chinese mythology to know if they actually had locations for like the Naihe Bridge and the Yellow River and everything. I honestly don't know if that's the same. It's cool though that it is so similar. Just remember when you're walking on your way back, don't look back. Yeah, it doesn't end well for poor Orpheus. Once closer, he could see that the enormous gateway was grand and majestic, with fine details that were splendid and exquisite. It was like a vile beast of gold and jade, covered in honey and decorated with pearls, that had been crouching in the darkness with its bloody, putrid-smelling maw wide open. This is not the right music for this. Way to make that sound really creepy. This is really descriptive. Putrid-smelling maw wide open since time immemorial, as untold numbers of lonely souls and lost ghosts wandered into its stomach. You know what? We're going straight to dark music. Calm music doesn't even do this justice. This is straight up terrifying. There we go. This is perfect. Even closer, the sinister turrets looked like fangs that could pierce the sun, and the whole structure seemed like the imposing head of a massive beast, lying in wait for all the grievances of the world. Even closer, and the piece of Chu-Waning's soul in the lantern seemed nervous, its golden glow pulsing in brightness and swaying slightly. It's all right. Moron sensed his unease and hugged the lantern closer, leaning in until his lips were nearly touching the paper to whisper soothing words as he channeled in more of his spiritual energy to keep him company. Shizun, don't be afraid. I'm here. The light quivered for a moment, then settled back down. Lowering his thick lashes, Moron peeked into the lantern and couldn't help the chuckle that escaped. He reached down and caressed the edge of the lantern, then hugged it even closer. Oh, that is so fucking cute, man. Him giving it energy, whispering sweet nothings to it, coming so close he's basically gonna kiss it. And Shizun is a basic ass Will-O-the-Wisp kind of thing. That's so fucking cute. What did you do during the weekend? You know, visited the underworld, had some fun. It was fun. My mind instantly went, isn't Moron's package Mount Olympus? Not quite. There aren't gods that live atop it. It's big, but it ain't that big. That's more of a Lord being her kind of thing. The pillar that reaches the heavens. Moron's only what? 9 inches while soft? Was it 9 inches? Yeah, 9 inches while soft. God, I really hope he's a shower and not a grower. If he's a grower, Shizun might as well just impale himself. Unless you count Chu-Waning being Moron's personal god. I mean, I think it's the other way around once they get together. I think Shizun be worshipping at the top of that peak. Shizun does climb that peak, don't get me wrong. But yo, oh no. We're good. So Shaka, thank you so much for subscribing for the 15th month in a row. Welcome back to the House of Copperhound. It's lovely to have you here. And I think that has to be the perfect time for either, you know, combine them. Kuno and Horny Gel. Go nuts. Spam them both. Fill chat with Kuno and Horny Gel. This is the perfect time. Me bun bottoms get a fair deal of cock. Nice cock. Yeah, they only need the one, and it's more than fucking enough, yo. Oh, man. Boys, we're going to the underworld. Legitimately, after reading this, I was having a moment. I was not crying, shut up, and jamming to Wait For Me on repeat. Oh, Wait For Me is so good. If that wasn't copyrighted to hell and back, that would have been the perfect song to play. especially with the male and the female voice. Oh, man, it's so I think Moron produces gods from his Olympus. It remains to be seen. We haven't gotten to a proper sex scene yet. We've only gotten to some torture. We'll see. We will see. This feels too dark again. How about this one? That'll do. In the pitch black night, the words Ghost Gate were writ large and bold, strikingly vivid as if newly written in the fresh blood of the living. The bamboo raft reached the shore, and Moron set foot on the road to the underworld, the very ground saturated with the smell of blood. As he walked on, there were more and more people around him, men and women, old and young, even wailing infants that had died soon after birth, all of them drifting toward the inner reaches of the underworld. No matter if they were emperors, generals, or ministers in life with riches and splendors unbound, or commoners and peasants with not a penny to their names, no matter how much money or things they'd been buried with, in this time, in this place, all must travel this final road alone. Moron followed the swarming crowd of souls to the entrance of the ghost realm. There was a person sitting there fanning himself with a palm leaf fan, probably a soldier judging by his clothes. His stomach had been cut open when he died, and his intestines slid out from time to time. The gatekeeper used the handle of the fan to shove his intestines back in with an air of impatience, then looked up lazily to interrogate the newly deceased soul. "What's your name?" "Sun Erwu." "How'd you die?" I died of old age." "Suddenly turning into an old man voice, don't worry about it." So the gatekeeper picked up a big stamp and carelessly stamped an underworld entry pass with "died of old age" before handing it to Sun Erwu. Don't... Fuck. Now I'm doing old man voice continuously. "Don't lose it or you'll have to go to the 17th hole to apply for a replacement. You can go. Next." Sun Erwu was extremely nervous. To be fair, every newly dead person, regardless of how valiant or knowledgeable in life, would probably be nervous. Am I going to be put on trial? I'm a darn good person. I never killed no chicken in my life. Just wondering if can maybe get a better lot next life. At least have enough money to get me a wifey." The old man prattled nervously on and on without stop. I like this guy. He has an accent. The gatekeeper quickly grew sick and tired of his babbling, waving a hand as he said, "Trial? That's still a ways off. There are so many souls here in the ghost realm, it'll take at least 8 years to get through the reincarnation queue, if not 10. Just hang around and wait your turn. It's not much different here than in the living world. Save all that about chickens and wives for the Lord's judge when it gets to be your turn. Next." Sun Erwu was dumbfounded, stammering in a thick accent. 10 years? Oh God. It's hell! It's hell! It's not heaven! It's bureaucratic! It's the DMV! No! No, it's worse than death! Sword Shark? Oh, wait, we already did that one. Thank you again for resubscribing for 15 months in a row. Sounds like a queue for a driver's license or a car tax. Exactly. It's horrible. It's disgusting. 8 years in a DMV line with a bunch of other dead people? No! No! I'd rather be just unreincarnated. Just disappear my soul. There, I thought TGCF only had underworld bureaucracy. Where's the Ghost King? Ah, no Ghost King here. But we do have a Lord Judge. That'll be fun. Honestly, I don't. Wanting sacrifices involved. I'm not reading that. That sounds important. Old Man Koo sounds like a smoker. How dare you? No smoking in this household. Why did I read that as Cussy? You mean Cussy? The dog chasing the Chussy. Oh, I thought we'd agreed on Shizusi. Shizusi at least sounds less fucked up. Chussy, I don't know. It feels wrong. And Cussy just sounds like a really, really bad word. It sounds like a combination of the worst word and the slightly less bad word. This sounds like hell. Fuck Cussy. Sounds like bureaucracy never stops being a pain even in death. Yeah. Maybe they need more Lord Judges. maybe having only the one Lord Judge is a problem. Shizusi, Chussy, Kussy. We can keep going all day. No. No. Okay. We're good. We're good. Not too far away in the line, Moran was shocked as well. What? It takes that long to get judged for reincarnation? Of course. Oh, God, I don't even know what voice I'm giving. I can't do voices anymore, guys. My mind is broken when it comes to voices. I need to retrain myself. Of course, though it's another matter altogether for the truly reprehensible ones, or the ones that have done something weird going on in their souls. That have something weird going on in their souls. The gatekeeper snickered maliciously at his comments. The snicker made his intestines slip out again, and he had to stuff them back in. The ones headed for the 18 hells never have to wait long. 18 hells. Brief overview of the crimes and punishments in each level of the 18 hells. Oh shit! They plotted this out well. I didn't know China had a big distributed system like Dante's Inferno with different rings and levels and shit. Oh, we'll come back to Jen. Water. We'll get there. Moron! That dense half-wit Sun Wu still wanted to ask more, but the gatekeeper's patience was at an end, waving his hand and saying, go on, away with you. Everyone's waiting to get reincarnated. Don't hold up the line. Next. So Sun Wu was driven off by the fanning of his palm leaf fan. The next one was a young woman with her pretty face all made up. She opened her mouth to speak, and the poise and coquetry unique to a certain line of work was evident in her gaze as she said in a soft voice, My lord, this humble one is called Jan Hua and was beaten to death by a brutish villain. She's a prostitute, guys. Yeah, okay, Jin. Why was I saying Jan? Jin Hua means gold flower, an obvious prostitute name. What do you mean, what a hoe? She's doing fine, guys. She's going to get through. This man's going to be so happy to see her. He's probably going to cut her to the front of the line. The ghosts took their turns. Each and every one of them had their own thoughts and manners of death. All the chaotic portrayals of life were gathered here, and there were few sights more bustling and jumbled than this. But Moran only held the lantern in his arms closer to himself. He owed his Shizun. He didn't care about anything else. All he cared about was finding that last remaining piece of Shizun's soul. The Shizusi, if you will. Name? The gatekeeper yawned, then lifted his eyes to look at Moran. Moran was just about to answer when the gatekeeper suddenly quivered, as if sensing that there was something off with this person, and abruptly stood up to stare intently at his face. Moran cursed in his mind. He'd already died once. Who knows if there was something odd about his soul from that? Even if not, he was currently holding a piece of someone else's soul in his arms, and that was just as questionable. But there, the ghost realm had just this one entrance, so there was no other way about it. He could only brace himself and meet the gatekeeper's gaze directly. There was something off about that. Ah, cool. Thank you, Rin. The gatekeeper narrowed his eyes. Moran feigned a calmness he didn't feel as he gave his name. Moran. The gatekeeper said nothing. Moran's heart thundered like a drum as he forced his expression to remain steady. I had a chi deviation and died just like that. I'd like an entry pass, please. End of the chapter, yo. Twitch being a bitch? Twitch being a bitch, god damn it. Our Macbeth moment. To be or not to be. We don't judge how you get your money here. Damn straight. Damn straight. Good for her. She had a good life. Some fucker beat her to death. That's the problem here. That guy needs to go to hell. I accidentally posted my comment. Twitch should have an option to let you delete your comment. I think... Oh, maybe you can't. Be thankful this isn't purgatory. Before you can go to heaven, you have to wait another lifetime's worth of years. Oh, hell no. Yeah, I honestly think purgatory... Well, depending on the hell. Like, some of the hells, when it comes to, like, Hades, not so bad. Not so bad. Some of them are just like, hey, you're just chilling there. Don't worry about it. Lost in darkness. Not much worse than the idea of purgatory. Purgatory where you're actually like basically being tortured by being kept unable to do anything, all alone, just continuously repeating nothingness. I think I'd prefer a little bit of torture. Not a lot of torture. A lot of torture is a problem. A little bit of torture? Bit more spice. Bit more interesting than having nothing at all. Checking how many pages this is, because I am so fucking hungry right now. 82 out of... we can do this. We can do one more chapter. It's fine. As an Italian, I studied Dante's Commedia as part of the high school program. High school? Yo, that's wild. Hour every week. Super cool. Yeah, the Rings of Hell in that are really fucking cool. The idea of like all the politicians and stuff it mentioned was great, but I never actually read it. I always just read summaries. Actually reading the original thing sounds crazy. Like hard crazy. Food is important, Koo. Now we can do one more chapter. It's not 7 yet. It's fine. It's fine. Chapter 106. Shizun, where are you? Scooby-Dooby-Doo. This title technically translates to where to start looking for Shizun. But this is the closest phrasing that starts with Shizun. Fair dues. Died from a chi deviation. The gatekeeper repeated his words back slowly then. You a cultivator? A cultivator and you're already down here at that age? How very unfortunate. I didn't even think about that. He should have really gone for a different lie than chi deviation. You'd have to really fuck up to chi deviate at age 15. The original is a self-insert fanfic. I mean, you're not wrong. Very true. Very true. The gatekeeper smirked sardonically. Many ordinary people don't have the foundational aptitude necessary for a good fate. And so when they make fun of cultivators, it's like calling grapes sour when they've never been able to have any. I know this. Immortality, right? Yeah. This references Buddhist concepts of karma, reincarnation, fate, and cultivation to reach enlightenment. Simply put, one must have enough good karma from the previous life for a good fate that allows cultivation in this life. Most ordinary folks don't have the foundations necessary to cultivate. So normal people mocking those who have the privilege to cultivate is just them putting down something they wish they could have. Good old green-eyed monster. Early ejaculation. Cheat? What the fuck into that? He's about 17 now. Oh, he's gotten to 17. I always forget the mini time skips that happen. In my mind, he'll always be a 15-year-old little puppy. That means ordinary person. I got it wrong. How is it read? Funren. Okay, now I feel better. Yeah, Journey of a Mortal's... Diary of a Mortal's Journey to Immortality. That's where I know that from. I just thought it was immortal rather than literally mortal. The opposite. Thank you. The ultimate bullshit lie of cultivators. It was chi deviation. Definitely wasn't premature ejaculation or a heart attack while with a bunch of prostitutes. It was chi deviation. Maybe not always cool considering his presumed future. It's fine. Anyway. You know, your soul looks kind of off to me. Like it's tainted. Master Huaizui had put an enchantment on Moran that covers up his living scent and allows him to make contact with souls. So the gatekeeper couldn't see right through him. But something just felt off. So he sat himself back down and put one leg over the other, feeling around in a drawer and then extracting a pitch black ruler. Sin measuring ruler, he said smugly, though it wasn't clear what he was so smug about. The ruler wasn't even his, but the less important their position, the more they liked to put on airs. So fucking true, man. People who have no power whatsoever, who are so fucking useless that just sit there like, oh, wise guy, eh? I'll show you why I'm so important around here. I'm gonna make life hell for you, because my life sucks. The gatekeeper slapped the ruler soundly down on the table and lifted his eyes to stare at Moran. Stick your hand out. This lordly one is going to measure your merit in life. Oh, I really want to fucking stab this guy. He's so aggravating. But also, yes, Yeah, the measuring comments. I figured that was what was going to happen right now. They're measuring him up. They're checking his sin level. The ruler might not be big enough. Moron. His merit in life. If that gets measured, won't he get sent directly over to King Yan Luo to get ground into dust? But with everyone watching and nowhere to run, he could only exhale as he shifted to hold the soul-calling lantern in one hand, extending the other. The gatekeeper went to place the ruler against the inside of his wrist. But the very moment it made contact, the ruler started screeching shrilly with the globs of blood dripping from its pitch-black body, alongside the weeping and wailing of untold thousands. Oh, this is going to be fun.
I will not rest in death.
Let's just do this. May you never be allowed to reincarnate, Mo-Wei-Yu!
God, Mo, you son of a bitch! Why? Why?
Don't kill me. Please don't kill me! Moron jerked his hand back, face instantly draining of all color. Yeah, this caused more dark. The gathered ghosts were all staring at him. The gatekeeper's stare, the most unreadable of them all. He stared at Moron with a gaze like that of a fierce beast for a while, then lowered his head to look at the ruler. The red glow had disappeared from the ruler, and a stream of blood was also gone like it was a mere hallucination. The surface of the table perfectly clean, but a line of letters slowly appeared on the ruler.
Sins beyond redemption. Send to level.
Which level of hell? Moron had pulled his hand back before the sin measuring ruler could finish measuring, so it couldn't write the rest. The gatekeeper grabbed his arm abruptly and violently, eyes locking onto him viciously like a predator that had nothing to do for far too long, finally catching a rare prey. His nostrils flared and a strange light flickered in his eyes. Half his intestines had leaked out, but he didn't bother shoving them back in this time. Hold still while I retake the measurement. His face was impatient and greedy, like he was already imagining himself claiming his commendations from Yan Luo. His ghost claw dug into Moron's wrist as he forcibly yanked him over, practically unhinged as he slapped the Sid measuring ruler none too gently against his wrist once again. Catching a ghost meant for the 18 hells would be a great credit to him. He'd get promoted on the spot by at least 3 tiers. He'll never have to sit at this gate recording the comings and goings of all these souls ever again. A proper measuring this time. The sin measuring ruler lit up again, and just like before, blood streamed forth as screams filled the sky. It was as if all of the people that Moron had ever killed and all of the sins that he'd ever committed were being crammed into the small black ruler, almost making it burst with the sheer overwhelming magnitude of the resentment. I hate. Oh, you. I'll never let you off, even when I'm dead. Moron's expression became more and more distraught, lowering his eyelashes and pressing his lips tightly together, something unreadable in his eyes. You have no conscience! You turned this world into hell! I'll haunt you when I'm dead. Ah! Weeping, wailing, cursing, and hating. Suddenly, amidst all of those words, he heard a soft sigh. I'm sorry, Moron. It was this master's fault. Moron's eyes flew open, eyes full of grief and sorrow. He heard Chu Wanning's voice from when he was on the verge of death in the past life again. It was so gentle, so sad, but it cut into his skull like a knife, almost as if it was going to cleave his soul apart. The voices slowly faded away. The sin measuring ruler grew silent. The line of writing appeared again.
Sins beyond redemption. Send to level.
Moron didn't pull away this time, but the writing still didn't finish. The gatekeeper blinked, then tapped the black ruler a couple of times. Is it broken? The ruler quivered a little from the taps, Then unexpectedly, the writing disappeared, and a thin layer of celestial haze rose from the surface of the ruler as it glowed with a brilliant radiance. There was no wailing or weeping from the ruler this time. Instead came music like a melodious birdsong drifting between the clouds, as if the most elegant chords of the ninth heaven descended into the underworld. The souls were all entranced by it, and even the gatekeeper couldn't help becoming mesmerized. Only when the celestial music came to a stop did the gatekeeper finally snap out of it, and when he checked it again, the sin-measuring ruler showed the words, "Everything normal, allowed to pass." The gatekeeper cried out, "Impossible! Wasn't it just sins beyond redemption a moment ago? Why was it everything normal now?" Refusing to believe it, he used the ruler to check several more times. But it was the same result every time. Sounds of screeching at first, followed by a beautiful music. And finally, without exception, it would say everything normal allowed to pass. The gatekeeper was beyond disappointed, but he had no basis for blocking a normal soul from entering the underworld. He shoved his intestines spitefully back in his guts as he muttered, "That's some chi deviation you had, all right." Moron was just as surprised. He had no idea why this was happening either. But thinking about it, he concluded that Master Huaizui's enchantment must have confused the ruler, and so let out a breath of relief. "Take your damn entry past and get lost then. Waste of time. Beat it." Moron couldn't be happier to oblige, and was just about to leave with the soul-calling lantern in his arms, when the gatekeeper's eyes suddenly lit up and he shouted loudly, "Hang on!" Moron kept his expression steady, even as his heart raced, feigning an impatient annoyance as he replied, "What is it now?" The gatekeeper gestured with his chin. "What's that you're holding?" "Oh, this?" Moron's hand stroked the lantern as the gears in his head turned rapidly. He turned around with a smile. "It's my burial item." "Burial item?" "Yeah, it's a magical relic." "Huh. How interesting." The gatekeeper pointed at the table, eyes flickering. "Put it down over here and redo the measurement." "Your magical relic was probably interfering with the ruler." Oh no. It was Shizun's soul. Okay, I should have paused back there earlier, because I was thinking some interesting things. I was wondering if Moron possibly, like, it was measuring Tashi and Jun, and then also technically Moron from this life, and it was like, yo, Tashi and Jun need to go to hell. Moron, on the other hand, he a good boy. He can get through. Oh, no. Yeah, it was measuring Shizun. That makes a lot more sense. Anything weird? It was a chi deviation. It deviated the ruler. That makes sense. This is my chussi. How great would it be if Moron was just like, this? Oh, this is my boyfriend. Don't worry about it. Shizun protected him. He's trying, man. He's trying to save him. His sin was so off the chart, it came back to the beginning. That'd be pretty funny if it just literally does a 360-degree spin. It's like, yo, you Mobius stripped this shit. The music of a celestial Guqin. I'm imagining a whole fucking orchestra. Now Moron has to go through the gaslighter and the girl bosser. Did the fucking ruler rewrite itself? Now we know what it is, but man, that's really funny. That's really funny. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't share my theories back there just to have it immediately destroyed. And yeah, if you don't know, obviously burial items brought. I like that they give us the term every time though, although you can't copy from here, which is good because it protects the translation. It's just, yeah, it would be a really cool way to learn a lot of interesting Chinese words. I mean, you could just like screen grab it with your phone. Moron cursed this arsehole in his head, but had no choice other than to set the lantern down and apprehensively stick his wrist back out. The gatekeeper seemed quite confident this time as he eagerly put the ruler into place once more. Oh, I did talk myself out of it and then fuck myself, because the result was still the same. Still that same line, clear as day. Everything normal, allowed to pass. let alone the gatekeeper. Even Moran hadn't the slightest. But with that, the gatekeeper finally gave up for good and lazily waved him in. Not daring to linger even a moment, Moran picked the soul-calling lantern back up and, hugging it to himself, walked through the lengthy passageway to the end, where the quality of the light changed. So now that's interesting. Thank you for all the hydrates. Yeah, Ku the master of pitting his own theories within a span of seconds. The good news is I didn't do it twice in a row there. I didn't stop and give my theory, and then stop after it was cancelled, and then stop again when it was like, oh, we back on, boys. But yeah, I'm imagining that's what it is. I'm imagining, like, it's like, hey, Tashi and Jun go to hell. Moran hasn't done anything bad in this life technically yet. He hasn't killed anyone. He's been helping the people. Been trying to help his Shizun till near the end. He's been thinking about hurting people a lot, but he hasn't been doing too much just yet. It's been fine. Either that or, you know, one of the actual gods is messing around with things, which would be interesting in its own way. If there's somebody who likes Chuan Ning so much that he's trying to make his wish come true of actually helping his student, or if it's somebody actually super evil. Maybe it's one of the really big bad guys in this universe, and it's like, hey, I'm just having fun torturing Tashi and Jun and making sure he never gets reincarnation and constantly just finds more pain. Anyway, my dog keeps coming to listen to your stream. Would you call out to him to see whether he reacts? His name is Brooke. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Brooke. Come here, boy. Brooke. How you doing, Brooke? You being a good boy, Brooke? Oh, I hope you're getting lots of treats, Brookie. Oh, Brookie's a good boy. I wonder if that worked. No chickens were killed in this stream? Not yet. Not yet. I have killed many chickens in my Gucci M3 playthrough. Ku's theories is a slice of life? Oh no. That's a slice of life? The fact that there's a demon, like, torturing him? Interesting. It's gonna get real bad. Imagine it's a girl. Could be funny. I think, yeah, Sil literally said his name is Brooke. Don't mess with me. Don't confuse me. Think Chuan Ning ever sounds like that with Moran? Probably in bed. I'm gonna say it. They probably do, like, the pet talk. It's probably like, come here, Moran. That's a good boy, Moran. Oh, good boy. Sit down. You want a treat? You want a treat? Unzips pants. Oh man, gotta go, gotta eat. Have a good night. Just say, dude, thanks for joining us while you could, and hope you have a good one. He's tilting his head. Picture a border collie doing the whole head tilt, and you have it. Oh, that's so cute. Brooke is a good boy. What a good boy, Brooke. That's so cute. No, that's Shen Xing Chiu and Bing Mei. Fair. Come here. Oh, Indadad. No. That's later. That's after he gets his treat. Gotta give the dog a bone. Dogs love bones. This is perfect music for this. Holy shit. Which is this? This is Shilling. Huh. Okay, we're starting this from the beginning. This is perfect. The ghost realm unfolded before his eyes. This was the first level of hell, stretching into the distance with no end in sight. The sky was scarlet like a sunset on fire, and all kinds of strange flora sprouted from the ground. Rows of uneven roof tiles sprawled the immediate area, while palladial structures lined the horizon. A monolith stood at the entrance, and on it was written, "Thy flesh returns to dust, thy soul to Nangke Town." A red-painted gateway towered next to it, Nangke Town carved and gilded with liquid gold upon it, each character the height of a grown man. So the first level of hell was called Nangke Town. All of the deceased, assuming there was nothing out of the ordinary with them, would stay here for the 10 years until summoned by the judge of the underworld to the second level to stand trial and receive judgment. Moran looked around as he walked, holding the soul-calling lantern in his arms. I keep saying lantern in his arms. As far as he could see, the layout wasn't much different from a regular town in the living world. Roads, residences, and shops. 18 streets in total. 9 north-south and 9 east-west. The souls of men, women, and children went their ways, some laughing, others weeping. Truly a gathering of ghosts. He heard a newly deceased woman sobbing from the east side. What do I do? What do I do? You're saying that a remarried woman will be cut in half to be given to two men. Is it true? Can anyone tell me if it's true? That's fucked up, yo. That's some old world bullshit. You're allowed to remarry. You have to be happy in this life. Next to her, a girl with disheveled clothes and messy hair wiped at her tears. I didn't want to do that line of work, but there was really no other way to make a living. When I was still alive, I went to a local temple to donate it through a threshold to be stepped on by people coming and going as atonement for my sins. But the village chief said he'll only allow me to swap out the threshold if I pay him 400 gold. If I had that kind of money, I wouldn't have had to sell my body in the first place. This is fucked up, man. Meat Bun's just like, hey, how can I make you feel bad about random people in about 6 sentences apiece? A prostitute who couldn't even afford atonement? Fuck that priest. Fuck that village chief. It wasn't a priest. It was a... Yeah, this is fine. Capitalism. Capitalism. It's silly to bullshit. Damn straight into that. I love Meat Bun's social commentary. Yeah, it's fucking great, man. Especially the fact that she will just do this shit where it's just like, and here's 2 sentences that'll make you think about the world. Here's 4 that'll make you feel real bad. And over on the west side, a guy was counting. 401 days, 402 days, 403 days. We agreed to die together for love, but I've been down here for 404 days already, and she still hasn't followed. Oh, she's so delicate. Maybe she got lost on the way down? What will I do if she really did get lost? My man! My man! No! Oh, fuck me! We agreed to die together for love. That's a double suicide! That isn't even like, yo, we were married and we wanted to die at the same time. That's literally like he dove off a cliff or something. He cut out his stomach. She was supposed to do it too, and she was just like, you know what? Maybe I'll be able to move on from this. Fuck! Oh, that's so fucked. That's some does-I shit. He got stood up in the afterlife. The worst thing is, she better make damn sure she stands him up for at least 8 to 10 years. That would be real awkward if she appears in like 7 years with a new husband. Or if that man finds like 4 other men within the next 8 years who are all like, wait, did you say Gun-Ho? No way. I was gonna double suicide with Gun-Ho too. That's such a cool... Wait a minute. Oh no. Or with her children. She better not kill some children, yo. Really fucked up if you meet up with your children in the afterlife where you're supposed to get reincarnated. They're not doing their job well enough to move you along fast enough. What if she actually dies with the last one? Wouldn't that be the ultimate fuck you? Yeah. There's like 6 men down there all waiting. She's done like 1 each year. And then she shows up with with one final guy and she's like, yeah, I mean, I finally found the one. Don't know what to tell you guys. Anyway, have a good next life. Oh no. Does I? Yes, that's what I was thinking too. That man was fucking terrifying. Does I did some insane shit, man. Does I and Bungo Stray Dogs is fun though. Real life Does I? Dude needed to be stopped. You think he had a life insurance policy? Very possible. Probably not. This is the problem. It's probably more of a thing that he didn't have a life insurance policy. That's quite possible. He didn't have a life insurance policy. He didn't have a wife or children. She was like a poor woman. He was a rich person. She was like, yeah, no, kill yourself. We can't be together in this life, but we could be together in the next life. He kills herself. She just comes in, takes a nice chest of jewels and leaves. Oh no. Could be that he was saved before she died. I mean, I think that's the opposite. I think it would be rather that she was saved before she... Oh, is that what you mean? That she was saved before she died? That would make sense. If it's just like somebody stopped her from dying. Still fucked up in Bungo Stray Dogs. Yeah, but in a fun way. He's only having fun when he's trying to get people to commit suicide with him. It's... I love the theories. This is what I mean about Meat Bun. This is one paragraph. This is like 6 sentences, and it's like, I want to know their story. I need to know more. Or worse, she was only a delusion. She never existed. Now that's some fucking... that's a fucking sci-fi plot right there. What if she was already a ghost? What if she did kill herself, but she just keeps killing herself? She never left. She never left. It's like a woman in white continuously getting people to kill herself, try and go with her to the underworld. Oh my god. Why is this music so happy? I just realized I never let's go back to this. It actually kind of worked for the discussions we were having. There was a gathering of newly deceased ghosts at Nankur Town's gate, crying and muttering, lingering and unresigned. But further in were the older ghosts that had already been back to the living world and resigned themselves to things. Oh shit, yeah, they wouldn't have been back. You get to go back in was it 7 days or 14? I think it's 7 days, right? You get to go back. So yeah. Oh no, he's going to go back and find out exactly what happened to the woman who was going to commit suicide with him. They were much more calm and collected, and each had some kind of livelihood to pass the time while they await trial. By the 3rd Street, things were as busy and bustling as any market in the living world. After all, these were all souls not yet severed from their mortal lives, who had not yet drank Mungpo's soup, and were still indistinguishable between human and ghost. Those who were entertainers in life were still putting on performances at the side of the streets. Those who were seamstresses in life were still taking the clouds of hell and weaving clothes from them. Butchers dared not kill anymore, but they could at least do things like sharpening knives and scissors. Sounds of peddling and of cheering rose and fell, lively and energetic. Moron stopped in front of a ghost that was selling calligraphy and painting. The ghost was stick-thin and sickly-looking, with jutting cheekbones and a sunken-in stomach. Probably didn't manage to sell a single painting in life and literally starved to death. Seeing someone sit down at his booth, the skinny scholar looked up with bleary eyes, but his expression did not lack for passion. "Gongzu, looking to buy a painting?" "I want you to draw me a portrait." Wait, that's not... "Shizun, I want you to draw me a portrait." The scholar seemed woeful. "Paintings of people can hardly compare to the artistry of landscape sceneries. Take a look at this painting of Taishan Mountain draped in misty clouds." Fuck! I hate artists. No, I love artists. I hate these kind of artists. Where he's just like, "But what about this thing? I put so much passion into it. Pay me for this." "No, I don't want to draw what you want to draw." You know, true artists. Asphodel Meadows, feels like it. This is fucking sick. There's a whole fucking... Everybody's just here for 10 years, so they're just doing what they can. Literal starving artist. He's fine now, though. He's fine now. Thing is, even if they died together, they would still have to drink the potion to remove memories. Yeah, but at least they'd be together for 8 to 10 years. That's what I'm... Wait, how quickly do you drink the monk... Do you drink the Mungpo while you're here? 1 minute. No. Crap, further in. Livelihood. Huh. You drink the Mungpo soup right before you go back, right? Right before you actually reincarnate. These guys still remember their memories, surely? Because they remember things. They remember their livelihoods and shit. Leo Shizun. It's Da Vinci. Nah, man. If anything, it's what's his name that cut off his ear. Da Vinci made money in life, man. Da Vinci made bank. Sorry. Yeah. This is a very fun chapter. There's so much more fun. Because he can't draw the other thing, maybe? Yeah. Van Gogh. Thank you. My brain is mush today. My brain is always mush when we're reading Erha, because I'm just like 1,000 things at once. Like, that's so cool. Tell me more. And Meat Bun's like, no. I might make a story about that someday, but no. Fuck you. The duality between Ku saying Shizun to get into Law being her voice and Moran's voice. Yeah, it works well. The difference between Shizun and Shizun. I never realized I used both the same word, just in a very different way for those two characters. The duality. Van Gogh. Moron said, I don't care for landscape paintings. I just need you to draw someone for me. You care for landscape paintings, huh? The scholar shot him 2 glances, displeased. It is said that the kind... Oh, fuck, I lost his voice already. I suck at this so much. I need my things back. I have things. It is said that the kind know to appreciate the mountains and the wise know to cherish the waters. Gongzu is still so young. You really ought to learn to eat some culture, smell some ink. I don't even want to part with my Taishan mountain painting. Actually, but since you had the taste to stop by at my booth, surely you also have some sense to go with it. How about, just for you, I'll cut the price to... I want you to draw a person. He really wanted to sell that Taishan mountain painting. They had to stare down. Of course the scholar was no match for him and fizzled out in no time. But then he got so mad that even the dead ghost face of his seemed to redden some. We finally get a chance to play some fucking comedy music. Yo. We went 2 chapters without any comedy music. Let's go. I like this one. Yeah. Mora, they had to stare down. I don't draw people. It's 10 times the price if you really want it. Moron wondered. Things cost money even in the ghost realm? Paper money burned by friends and family, yes, the scholar replied coldly. Money makes the world go around. Though I am disdainful of riches, a gentleman earns his money through proper work. We're neither family nor friends, nor do we have a relationship like that of Boya and Zichi. So why would I do things for you without cause? Boya was a good Chin player. Zhong Zichi was a person who could I thought that's who this was! This is the fucking Word of Honor story! Who could understand and appreciate his playing perfectly. When Zichi died, Boya snapped the strings of his Guqin and never played again, because no one will ever fully understand him like that again. Exemplifies close ideal friendship. Oh, I love that story. Ah, memories. What if this is another one of the woman's double suicide dudes and that's why he doesn't paint faces? No! It's different, man. He enjoys comedy music. Angst is inevitable. Yeah, we'll be coming back to the angsty music very soon, but for now, we're good. Moron being every person asking for a commission ever. Moron being me, seeing a beautiful piece of artwork and being like, yo, do you want to paint for me? And the person being like, I don't do commissions. Sorry, I have a Patreon if you want to support me. And me being like, fuck. It all comes back to the double suicide. What if everybody in this town, every single person in the town is a victim of that one woman going around killing everyone? The men and the women. I would read that fucking story. Are you kidding me? A does-I like serial killer, bisexual, goes around making people fall in love then kill themselves? It's just her suicide harem. It's so that she'll be comfortable for this 8 to 10 years. Let's go. Somebody write that. That's actually an interesting story. And I have a reference pic. So can you draw or not? Yo, that's a fucking terrible shit to say. You want a reference pic? You're not a real artist. Oh, God. People are going to be such dicks. I want you to draw a cat. It's not a person, so half the price. That'd be pretty funny. It's like, it's this cat right here. Clown music behind every coup theory today. Look, man. What do you mean today? Clown music behind every theory all the time. He rambled on, and it was really too much for Moron's very limited book knowledge. He could only frown and say, I just got here. No one's burned any money for me yet. The scholar said, no money, no deal. Moron thought it over for a moment and came up with something. He pointed at the Taishan mountain painting and said, all right, no deal then. But I'm bored with nothing to do, so could you tell me about the landscape paintings? The scholar paused. Then all of his anger turned into delight instead. You're interested to know? Moron nodded. Does it cost anything to learn some knowledge from you? I was about to say, nope. You want to talk to the man about his passion? Oh, you're going to be here for a while, Moron. The scholar was quite conceited, his face lighting up in a way that was both laughable and pitiful. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Knowledge is free. Money would only dirty it. Scholarly matters mustn't be tainted by such material things. Moron nodded again as he thought to himself. Ah, so that's how the little Berkworm starved to death. It was kind of comical. but also a bit pitiful. Stop doing this! It's mean! Fortunately, he truly did not have any money right now, or else he really would have given him some silver. What the fuck was that sound? Did you guys hear that? I think I'm being haunted. It sounded like a fucking cough. But it was in the middle of me speaking. What the fuck? Oh, God. Who's haunted? You guys did hear that. What the fuck? It's just my brain creaking? It was like in my headphones. That's what's weird. That was... Oh, God. Okay. We're fine. But now I feel really bad for this man. Because, yet again... Starving artist, it sounds like he talked to so many people. He really knows his craft. He really loves his craft. He's happy to tell anyone about it. He might have even taught some students. And yet he died penniless and alone. Oh, man. It's the suicide lady crew. She's after you. I mean, I'm not going to say no to a little fling. Just, she won't be making me kill myself. Sounded like a thunk. Yeah, it was creepy. Old house trolling coup, but that's never happened before in this tiny little closet. Creepy. Creepy. Something clanked for real? Yeah. There's nothing in this room, though. Everything in this room is in front of me. That's so weird. The scholar took the painting from its frame, all excitedly, put on a pompous posture, cleared his ghost throat that didn't even need clearing, and then anxiously and snobbishly said, I'm going to start. Watching the little bookworm take the bait, Moron said with a smile, Please, do enlighten me. Oh, fuck, that's it. Oh, I should have just kept going. I mean, I should have kept going to finish the chapter. Author's notes. Was there no author's notes last time, or did I skip them? Fuck. This chapter has many settings and quotes. I pay my respects to the young, middle class, Mr. Lucien, who is a tsundere and loves to complain. The original forms of the female ghost and scholar ghost, as well as some of the quotes, come from Xiang Lin's wife and Kong Yi Ji, stated here to avoid any misunderstandings. I'm sorry. We're going to this so I can Google that in case anything bad comes up. This is an expanded universe? This is like from other things? Xiang Lin's wife. Xiang Lin wife. The protagonist of the story, page 7, the anamorphic feminine 51, is Xiang Lin's wife. Xiang Lin Sao, an ill-fated woman who lost 2 husbands and was ostracized by the Lujian townsfolk and became a beggar. Huh! Lu Xun's blessing. Blessing, Xiang Lin's wife. Interesting, so that's an actual thing. Like, that's a real story. Young middle-class Mr. Lucien, who's a tsundere and loves to complain. Meat Bun really be throwing out them literacy references and then just being like, yeah, he's a tsundere. Fuck him. Meat Bun loves referencing stuff. It's great to see. And it's nice that we get these author notes translated by the group, which is great as well. To get to see some of the, like, headspace there where it's like, yeah, I threw it in. It's a cute little reference. Don't worry about it. At least that one has some backstory. Eat some dinner. Don't get haunted. It's the ghost of my food. It's the wontons, man. The wontons are coming. Knowledge is free. I'll tell my college teachers. They owe me money then. I mean... Fucking college should be free. What the fuck is education not free for? And there should be no private schools. It's so dumb. Anyway, you are haunted. Will the entire chat get haunted too? Well, you all heard it, so... Maybe it's coming for you already. Perhaps it's behind you right now. Don't turn around now. If you see it, you'll never see anything else again. Orpheus style. Could be your Domawoi. Yesterday was the... Domawoi? Was the day from them. Could be yours was lessening and just made sure to let you know their thought about it. What? Are you scared? I wasn't scared. It was more... When I first heard it, I thought... Because every now and then I get like little audio interface issues where I'll just hear like a crackle or a snap or a pop. And it's just like the microphone freaking out or the Go XLR freaking out. But people can't hear that. Like, other people on you guys' end will just, like, hear nothing if that's just, like, an audio interface issue. That's why when you guys could hear it, too, I was like, what the fuck is it? It sounded like it was in my head. That's why it was weird. Yeah, just have not realized it yet. It is. My cat's back there. Maybe it's Brooke. Maybe Brooke is coming. Maybe Brooke is surprising me. There's a mirror behind me, so that's a bad sign. Mirrors in the dark are actually pretty fucking terrifying. Apparently, university costs practically nothing in France and possibly Switzerland too. I think it was it Switzerland or one of the European ones? One of the European ones, they have this amazing system where university's free, like the rest of education's free, and they also give you like... Okay, that was just a police siren. That's fine. Yeah, okay, we're in a horror mood tonight. All I hear as I'm in the middle of that sentence is just... And I'm like, what the fuck? There really is a ghost cat. It's fine. Denmark. Okay. Uni's also free in Poland. Oh, sick. It's a little ghosty friend, Koo. Apparently. That one was a police. That's fine. Wondering what level Tasha and Jun would have been sent to according to that ruler. I'm not sure if he actually could be sent to a level. I think he may be like an instant destroy kind of thing. Maybe that's why it doesn't ever figure out what level he should be sent to. They're just like, nah. It doesn't get all the way to the end, but what they were really going to say is...
Death.
Already have ghosts and fae around me all the time. They don't cost much here, but there are actually countries where there is college for free, even for foreigners. That's a wild thing. Yeah, I definitely know that there are people that like travel to go to good universities that are free. Spain, it's almost 2,000 euros each year, and do not fail, it can double. 2,000 euros? That's what you're worried about? My little brother did a fucking bachelor's degree here in the US, and he paid like, oh, $30,000 for the 3 years he did. Ugh. Disgusting. Disgusting. American university is such a ripoff. And then the loans keep getting you. If you don't pay them back quickly enough, they keep charging you interest. It's fucked. Anyway, NL is 2K2. Which is NL? Netherlands. Ah, Netherlands is 2K2. Yeah, 2K ain't too bad. 2K, you could earn 2,000 euros, like, probably 5 years after you finish university. That's not too bad. Like, I mean, have 2,000, like, expendable, as long as you get a decent enough job. That's the US. We all know it's a bit fucked up over there. Why is my thing breaking now? Now my webcam won't even read my face. I am definitely being haunted. What I meant to do was... Do I have to, like, crouch down? There we go. US is fucked up. What is up with my webcam tonight? I'm being haunted, guys. I'm definitely being haunted. Anyway. Is that 30k per year or total for the 3 years? It was for the 3 years. He got a lot of scholarships too. That's what I was gonna... Yeah, we have a lot of scholarships though. He got scholarships for like a few different things. Like, he's a pretty smart kid. And also, I think he did some like competition scholarships. That kind of shit's kind of fucked up. Where it's like, oh hey, if you like work at this specific company, they'll give you a scholarship. Ugh. He definitely did one of those, but I won't say the company because it's a local company. High school literally caused my disease to flare up due to stress. Yeah, the fucking education system is fucked up. They don't teach you anything useful either. Like, why do we not learn how to do taxes? Why does America make you do taxes, and then if you get your taxes wrong, they then sue you for it? In the UK, as long as you're not like private, if you're like working for any other company, the company just takes out the percentage of your paycheck. You don't even have to worry about it. Oh, man. Where do you think Kuan-Ning is? Kuan-Ning? Ooh, I'd be a sexy man. Chuan-Ning? I don't know. He should just be in the town, right? I mean, I imagine that's what Moran is doing, right? He's trying to get this artist to paint a picture of Chuan-Ning so he can go around being like, have you seen this sexy man? He's my Shizun, he's my sweet little meow meow, and I've got 1/3 of his soul right here. Might be a solar wind issue. I have seen a lot of streamers having like their internet knocked out, but I doubt that. Cleansing coup spray. My uni's $7,000 per year, while my salary is $700. And it's considered quite good. Ouch. Haiku's ghosty. Good job on telling him to go eat. Yeah, we probably should wrap this up. What chapter are we on next week? Don't read the thing just yet. 107. 107. Okay. Changes depending on what college you go to. Yeah. His sweet little shizusi. His sweet little meow meow. Sage your room tonight, crew? Maybe. Poland, we don't have to do taxes even if we're earning money until 26. Although later they hit twice as hard. Ouch. So they like charge you back for everything else? Is that what you mean by hitting twice as hard? That'd be fucked. Kind of smart in a way. Like being like, hey, just earn what you can while you're young and then we'll tax you. But ooh, that would be bad if you hadn't prepared. Anyway, let's see who we're raiding on the way out. Who can we raid? Oh, Minimancer's playing some games. The Return of Aubergine. Awesome. Who will raid Minimancer? It's been a while since we got to raid her. Thank you for copying the raid message for everyone, Aleve. I will also copy that off of you because I'm lazy. Oh no, we do have sage, don't worry. My mum's a fucking Wiccan. We always have dried sage. We're good. Smudge sticks, incense, the whole shebang. Everybody have a lovely night. I just realized I wasn't even zoomed in that whole time. It's fine. Everyone have a lovely night. Thank you all for joining me for this read through. Fuck, we went from crying at the beginning to laughing at the end and just being interested in storylines. I fucking love Urha, man. Like, don't get me wrong. Every novel we've read live, I've loved. But this one just hits different, man. It gets you all of them feels. All of them. Send Brooke to yell in my stead. Hell yeah. Dog, protect us from the ghosties. Have a lovely night, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I will see you next time. We might be back tomorrow. We'll see. I've got a lot of video editing to do, but we'll see what we can do. And I will see you guys next time. I missed the audio cue. I got distracted talking about the next stream. I'm hoping we'll be back tomorrow and Sunday because things are going to get real busy next week. So hopefully we can get to like the end of this arc. I'm not sure how it goes. How it really hits hard, huh? Almost like a 9-inch while flaccid. Fuck.